coming, and I hope you can enjoy my speech with those three air conditioner. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the importance of culture for students in learning foreign language. Okay. In this era, foreign language actually, of course, is very crucial. It's very important for us to be learned because we know that. And then in 2015, we will meet after Asian Free Trade Area. Of course, we will meet some people who come from different country, and then they are culturally different with us. And of course, that's how important to master foreign language itself. And then for the culture itself, culture is actually all about how the people live their life, and it's passed down from generation to generation. And for the culture itself, different countries have different culture. For example, Raj individualism in America, and then naturally harmony in Japanese. Okay, and then I'll bring you to move into my first point. My first point here is about what is actually the student problem in learning a foreign language. Okay, are you still following me?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to give you one big problem here, one big case here, one main point here, because the big problem for the student in learning foreign language actually they still have perception that learning Indonesian language is as well as learning foreign language. They still have perception like that, and they think that with just collecting much vocabulary and take more comprehension in grammatical structure, they will know about the language itself. But actually, that's a big mistake for them, because we know that without knowing the culture, without feeling the culture, they cannot feel what the natives say. They will face many difficulties in direct conversation with native speaker, because how they say something, how they convey something is different with how we convey something. That's the big problem for the student. And next, I will move to the second point: how can this culture affect students' foreign language ability? Okay, language and culture itself actually has a very close relationship here, because according to Levi-Strauss, language is the condition of the culture, because the material that used to build or to construct the language itself is actually the same material to build the culture. And I will give you some examples. For example, for Eskimo, that we know that they live in pole area that we know that they are familiar with snow. So they have, if you know, they have 5 words to describe snow. That we know that in English we just have to say snow. In Indonesia we say salju, just one word. But in Eskimo, because they are familiar with snow, so they have 5 words to describe the snow itself. For example, kona is the snow that is falling down. Then akilukak is the soft snow. And then we know that there are aput is the snow on the ground. The snow on the ground, that is aput. And then kabuk clouds, that is snow that is blown up by the wind. And then for kinuksuk is the cloth of the snow itself. So that's how important we have to know the culture first, instead of collecting much vocabulary, because we have to feel how they convey something. And then for another example, for Western, but first, are you still following me? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then for the further example, for Western, they are actually prefer using passed away rather than die, because actually die itself is a taboo for them. Taboo is something forbidden to say, because and then when you live in that country that use that culture, and then you want to meet your friend that haven't met for 10 years, and then you come to her home and then say, is there, for example, is there saum there? And then someone come out and then say, oh, I'm sorry, saum has passed away. But yes, like that. That's example. But because you don't know what pass away means, so you just with flat expression you say, where does he pass away? You just say like that. But and then directly he says spontaneously he asks you, looking at you, he is looking at you, and then with his pointy eyes he said that, are you kidding me? And then they take their gun and then shot you into that, and then that's how dangerous if you don't know their culture itself. And then they say there they pass away. Okay, and then that's actually how can culture affect students' foreign language ability? Because with culture, they will know what is the important aspect in that language itself. What is the important aspect in conveying something in another language, like that. Because with just collecting much vocabulary and with just collecting much vocabulary and taking comprehension in grammatical structure, will not enough. Because you don't know what is their colloquial language, how they convey something in their daily life. Okay, therefore, by knowing and understanding about the culture first, it can help you to be easier to learn about the foreign language itself instead of focus on the grammatical and the vocabulary first. Okay, I think that's all about my presentation. I hope you can enjoy it. Thank you very much. If you have any question, please give me your question. Thank you, Miss Santa.
Okay,
for the time, my name is Artiani. I just wanna ask you one question. And then my question is, how do you do to increase grammar for your students if you use culture in foreign level? What should I do to increase
grammar competence by using foreign language? Of course, I have said that by knowing, by understanding, by comprehending the culture first, you can know what is the main aspect here, to know the language itself. Because of course, how we convey something and how the people in English and then the people in Thailand convey something is different. Of course, we have to know the culture first. So after that, we have to focus on the grammatical and vocabulary to construct our sentence well, like that. That's how important the culture. Okay, for sound parts.
Right. We as a student, we have to learn English from so many countries such as Australia, England, Scotland, and Black English.
Black English is for
In America, there's Black English there.
Yes.
I think Black English is impolite. How? I want to ask your maybe approach when you face the things. We as a student, we have to use the polite words maybe on seminar like this. So maybe we can, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know that. That's actually in English, for Western, they call it euphemism. That is how to solve taboo, something forbidden to say. That's called euphemism. Euphemism is how you make the bad word into the polite word. How to transfer the bad word into the polite word. Just like die. Die, it's in Western, it's very taboo for them. So they do euphemism. Euphemism is, and then they change die with passed away. It can be more polite with saying passed away, like that.
Yeah.
And then Samsul Piari.
Okay, my name is Sastra Devi. My question is, culture is something wide and has a big area to learn.
Pardon me?
Culture is something wide and has a big area to learn. So how teacher can explain to the student about culture in just 2 hour learning process?
Okay. Yes, we know that culture have wide range for the culture itself, but we just actually here we just have to focus on what language that we are learning, what language that we are learning. So we have to focus on the culture the culture for the country that we want to learn that language. We just have to focus for that culture, not for the other culture. just the culture that you want to learn. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all.